Hi. Today I want to address we black people, especially we Africans. We Africans, we like to listen to the white people more than we listen to ourselves. Even no matter how educated you as a black man is, your black person will find it difficult to listen to you or get that information. He feels that, but when a white man says it, they will listen. So I'm presenting to you today now what a white man has said about what is happening in Niger, in West Africa. So you're going to watch the clip very soon. But meanwhile, I want our African leaders to open their eyes, because Africans are uniting. You guys divided us. Create visa, create boundary, create unnecessary things because of you are being advised by Western imperialist masters to create. Imagine traveling around some impoverished African country, going around those places is like going to the moon. They will restrict you visa. People that have money want to come and help your country, help your economy, cannot even come to your country because of visa restriction. And yeah, your fellow Africans who are supposed to be helping fellow Africans. Do you know that because of Ethiopia Airline happens to be an African airline, Africans, especially Nigerians, made it a mandatory to fly Ethiopia Airline to make sure that money gets back to Africa. This is how patriotic we Africans can be when we want to do something for our fellow Africans. So Africans, open that border. Open the border everywhere. Let us move around. I can just fly from here to South Sudan and go and get one tan lady. You know? Stuff like that. People will come and spend money in your country and fly back. Nobody wants to come and live in your place. Everybody has where he comes from. So African leaders, you people should be careful. Eyes on judiciary is in Nigeria. Senegal is boiling. South Africa, Malema is checkmating them. African youth, you cannot deceive them anymore. Nigerian leaders, wake up. You can't fool our youth anymore. You cannot buy some few people to come and spread the propaganda. The youth will not buy it. Everybody is exposed. Everybody is learned. Everybody knows what is happening. So you guys, the better you do the right thing, the better for you. Better you do the right thing, the better for you. Because if you fail to do the right thing, you will get the right hit. The youth will give you the right hit. We are waiting for Nigerian judiciary. We are waiting. We are waiting. We are obediently and patiently waiting for Nigerian judiciary. Meanwhile, the problem you people say you want to go and make in Niger, go and make it. We are no longer begging anybody not to make the problem. Go to Niger and make the problem and see what is going to be the outcome of that problem. Since you guys don't want to learn, since you guys don't want to consult your oracles and let them tell you that this is a wrong step that you are about to make, go. African leaders, go and fight in Niger. Let's see what is going to happen next. Let's see how your home will look like after that fight. Thank you very much. Watch this clip. A white man is presenting you the facts and the figure of what is going on in Africa. Since you Africans don't want to listen to we black Africans bringing the facts and figure to you, now listen to a white guy. Thank you very much.
After the coup in Niger, the BBC said there are concerns Niger could move away from its Western allies and closer to Russia, like its neighbors Burkina Faso and Mali, who've both pivoted to Moscow since recent military coups of their own. No, you mean that they're sick of France occupying them and they want their country back. There, I fixed it for you. See, Niger is a country famous for its uranium. When we talk about neo-colonialism, this is one of the best examples. The French are heavily dependent on nuclear energy, and 1/3 of French homes are powered by uranium that comes from Niger, the Eiffel Tower even. Meanwhile, in Niger, 80% of the population do not even have electricity. France needs Niger's uranium so much, and yet Niger is the second poorest country in the world. How is this possible? Because the French are robbing them blind, taking and giving pennies. French neo-colonialism. So do not be surprised when people in Niger are chanting "À bas la France," down with France, and flying Russian flags. African countries are sick of being robbed. They are being independent. They are choosing to pivot away from Western colonizers because they see The Russians and the Chinese do things by the book. They are straightforward with you. Whereas we in Britain, in France, in Europe, we have a history of lying, cheating, and stealing. That is our legacy in Africa. And yet the BBC and CNN, they want you to think that Russia and China are debt-trapping Africa, like as if we didn't. They speak about African leaders as if they are children, as if they are stupid, like they don't understand what's good for them. Oh, they need the white man. They need Western troops and Western corporations to come and save them. Ha ha ha. Really? Yeah, I've seen this film before. People are so desperate to run away from the wars, from the plundering that we have inflicted on Arabia, on Africa. They are risking their lives. They risk perishing in the Mediterranean Sea, in the English Channel. But apparently they're the invaders. You see in Mali, you see Central African Republic, Sudan, and others they're soliciting Wagner services because France and the U.S. can't get the job done. France and the U.S. come put their military bases in Niger and Burkina Faso and Mali, and they say, we're here to save you from ISIS. Who created ISIS? Who created Al-Qaeda and unleashed them on the Middle East and on the Sahel? CIA and NATO. There was no ISIS before we destroyed Iraq, before we destroyed Syria, before we destroyed Libya. That wasn't a thing. This is why people are flying Russian flags when they have a coup in Niger. They are rejecting a president who is pro-French and pro-American. They are rejecting neo-colonial shackles and the West. And then, of course, they're going to go look elsewhere. They will look towards Russia and China, towards the competitors who treat them as equals. It's not that difficult to understand.